Hi everybody, Matt here. I'm here at a disused art gallery on the outskirts of Oslo to look back at some of the best bits of the Sigma Sport cafe ride so far. We've had over 5 million views, over 20 episodes and some cracking laughs along the way. So without further ado, here are mine and your favourite best bits, live from Oslo. Wow, there have been a lot of wonderful locations. Lake Como was great with Simon Yates. The Swiss Alps were brilliant with Fabian Cancellara. But it has to be a lot close to home for me. It's going to be Cornwall for the cafe ride with Andrew Ridgeley. As we said in the video, it's where I spent a lot of time as a kid. It's where my dad's from. It's one of the most magical places in the world. We had a beautiful day anyway, but for me, it's just a pure nostalgia of riding my bike back there in the early days and growing up on the beaches of Cornwall. That has got to be my favourite place. The hardest cafe ride route, that is a very good question because there's been a lot of hills, including the Peak District with Adam Blythe. Cornwall was really brutal, especially the pace that Andrew Ridgeley went. But looking back, I think it has to be La Redoute in Belgium with Eleanor Baxted. Firstly, because we weren't actually supposed to be in Liège in Belgium because we're supposed to do the cafe ride where she lived in Flanders, but somewhere along the line in terms of our email communication, we met at completely the wrong place. So we did it in Liège and I had to ride up La Redoute, which is one of the hardest climbs in the Ardennes. But I think I might have pipped to the post at the top of the climb. Oh! I just nudged it for the preem!
No!
Yeah!
No!
Oh, yes! Oh! Oh no, is it that one? Oh! Sorry, I just saw the line, Eleanor, I just instinctively went for it. Sorry about that. Sorry, what were you saying?
Well, I forgot now.
The best coffee I've had on a cafe ride. Well, we know what the worst coffee was.
The best thing about this coffee was cup.
Yeah. But the best coffee was in a little deli near the home of Fabian Cancellara. It was bellissimo. I've been very lucky to ride a lot of very cool bikes, but it has to be the Colnago C68, which I rode with Tadej on the cafe ride in Monaco. And then secondly, it's got to be the NV Parley, which I rode down in Cornwall with NV Parley? No, it's not NV Melee. The NV Parley. Or it's the NV Melee that I rode on the cafe ride with Andrew Ridgeley. My favourite off-camera moment, because there's a lot of funny bits that we did capture because we do actually film. As soon as we arrive, we get the cameras rolling. I think the best off-camera bit was in Dublin with David O'Doherty. The night before we did the cafe ride, where I actually hopped on one of his Frankenstein bikes and went for a baz about.
The little mudguard thing looks like a tapeworm that's shooting out of your bum. It's built for the cities. It's one of the most democratic bikes I've ever ridden. One of the most democratic bikes I've ever seen. What's nice is every global part manufacturer is represented on this bike. What do you say?
And the other quite bizarre moment, to be perfectly honest with you, was in Copenhagen with Brian Holm. And Brian took us to one of his favourite Asian fusion restaurants, which was lovely. But on the way in, on the little hallways we walked into the restaurant, there was a cardboard cutout of Rick Astley holding a bottle of beer. Yes, that restaurant sold Rick Astley beer. We've been pretty lucky on the cafe rides. Most things have gone to plan, but on one ride, and this was the ride in the Peak District with Adam Blythe, we had a puncture, and it wasn't an ordinary puncture. It's got to be a 6-inch nail right the way through the side of the tyre. Absolutely incredible. Check it out.
Mechanical.
Oh.
Hold on. I've had a flat.
Oh, shoot.
Out of all the things, I can't believe that's gone in. Well, I've heard that before. I came into the finish of Ronde van Drenthe.
Oh yeah.
And I was up there in the finale. I punctured at 8k to go. I thought 8k I can get back.
Yeah.
I can get back. And in a rush, because I wasn't used to through axles, took the wheel out and went,
with a through axle.
Just threw it. You threw the through axle.
and then they came with a wheel and they were like, where's the axle, where's the axle? I was like, you got it. They were like, no, from the frame.
Of all the guests I'd like to revisit, I'd love to go and speak to Tadej at length again, especially looking at what he's achieved in 2024. But most of all, to be perfectly honest with you, it has to be going back and having a chat with Mark Cavendish again and reminiscing over a quite incredible career. That has to be the one that I want to return to.
So there's a Manx saying, I don't know how to say it actually.
Say it, just go for it.
But literally translate it, it means whichever way you throw me, I stand. So like, it's a sign of strength.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's
You
pretty
get knocked
cool,
down,
actually.
you get back up, you know?
Yeah.
When Andrew originally watched mine and David O'Doherty's rendition of Careless Whisper,
Without each other, what the things we want. We almost have a harmony there.
to be honest with you, I was absolutely mortified. And part of my brain thought that this is the end. We've been shooting all day, and I thought he'd actually pull the video.
Did a previous catwalk with David O'Doherty, a comedian who's a musician as well, and when I went into his house he had a keyboard, 2 keyboards, and the first thing I saw on top of the keyboard was some sheet music for Careless Whisper. So we basically started singing. So what a crossover! Shall we just leave that? I don't think
What happened there?
Yeah, I mean there was
That's some horrible sort of seizure.
The most logistically challenging episode of the Cafe Ride, without a shadow of a doubt, has to be the wonderful episode we did with Daniel Oss in the centre of London. There was a lot of different moving parts, and I think of all the Cafe Rides, we had the most locations to get to at certain times. We had the 100 Club down on Oxford Street. We had a couple of cafes to go to, and we also had to go to a couple of guitar shops as well. But it was perfectly well executed, but there was a lot of different moving parts, including going around Regent's Park in a cargo bike as well. So that was the most logistically challenging. And also, another one that does spring to mind, get this, for the Cafe Ride with Simon Yates we did in Lake Como, we flew at about 6:30 from Gatwick, and we flew back the very same day. So we were home in 23 hours. Yes, from London to Como and back in 23 hours. I've been in a lot of people's living rooms on the Cafe Rides, but the best one for me had to be the living room of Mr. Brian Holm in Copenhagen. There was just so much wonderful stuff in there. Loads of lovely bits of art that he collected over the years, some really wonderful antique cycling memorabilia, and a load of pop stuff as well. He's a real big music fan.
Is that a signature from Dave Bowie?
Yes. I got it my birthday from some friends.
And he really enjoyed showing it off to me. And in addition, there was a tortoise walking around in his living room that had no name.
What's the turtle's name? It's not Cav, is it? Take a picture. I don't think I've asked in my life ever, Brian, to take a photo of somebody's turtle. The first time I've ever said that in my life. So what's the name of the turtle again, Brian?
I actually forgot it.
You've forgotten the name of the turtle. Okay. I love the fact you forgot his name. That's the best.
Well, they were some of my favourite moments from the Cafe Rides over the years. Let's hear what some of yours are. First up, these are all from Instagram, by the way. First up is at Peter Pedalstoon. He says, Cecile's infectious laughs at the supermarket.
HP sauce.
I've never tried
It's
it.
basically, it's something you have on like fish and chips, bacon sandwich. It's like
Fish and chips.
no, with the oh no, controversial.
Yeah. Like it's just.
Just keeps making me laugh. Teams off the bobs.
Well done.
Next up, we have at what.the.difference. Matt and Cav's romantic dinner on the Manx Express with bangers and mash.
Off at Isle of Man Railway Company.
After you.
Here we go. Hey!
I like it.
It's like a cafe on wheels.
Brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great.
Thank you. That was good.
Here we go. So you've
Lovely.
got bangers and mash times 2.
Lovely.
And all that with chili. No, bon
Enjoy.
appetit. Yeah,
Bon appetit.
This is great.
when I was badgering you about doing this ride, I never thought we'd end up on a train having a chat about being kids.
It's good though, isn't it?
Eating bang and mash.
At Grant4878 says the one where Brad Wiggins does his impression of Matt walking around saying, "Hi, I'm Matt Stevens."
You were looking very serious and you would go, oh, you know, you walk funny like that, don't you?
Don't walk funny.
Boy, Matt Stevens. You were doing all that, like looking really like over the top.
Yeah, but I was nervous.
Yeah, but you instead of just acting normally, you were like going, "Hi, Brad. Hi, Matt Stevens here, big hands."
Right.
You were.
Okay, right, here we go.
Right.
I'll be straight.
Hi. And you didn't know whether to, okay, Brad, yeah, really good, yeah.
Next up we have at Peloton, 100% a little fart with Pidcock. Absolutely howled.
Come on, Matt, you need gate. Oi.
A little fart came out.
Well done, Matt.
Next up is at PoopShoe1. Fantastic name, mate. Greg LeMond and his story about punching a guy in a bar.
Have you ever heard of the fight I got in Tour of Ireland?
No, tell me about it. What happened?
So there's a band and music and people are dancing. Robert Miller and I are standing there and people would come up and ask for my autograph and I'm going, they don't know who the hell I'm. So I kept signing it Sean Kelly. And some guy comes up to me, his boyfriend of a girl, he grabs me by my collar, said, my girlfriend came up to you asking for your autograph, not Sean Kelly, but he was in a rage.
Wow,
and I just pushed it back and he came at me and I didn't swing at him and I just straight armed him, but hit his nose.
Right.
Broke his nose, blood everywhere.
Oh, God.
I'm asleep 3 or 4 in the morning. Knock on the door, Pat McQuaid. The guy's going to sue me, wants $100 grand for breaking his nose, which was purely an accident. By the end of the negotiations, I gave him a world champion jersey. We settled.
At Paulcast70, Pogy panicking as that bloke leant his frame against the wall. Actually, a lot of you asked for that one. You still got all in front of you, mate.
Sorry, it bothers me how he put the bike on the...
He says, yeah. Do you want to go and sort it out for him? Tell him that, come on.
Yeah.
He's lent the frame on it.
Yeah, you can take photo, but first fix your bike.
Fix your bike.
Yeah.
The frame is on the brick.
Yeah, you're scratching your frame.
Don't scratch it, put up. That's better. And finally, somebody called at Jake Lewis Armstrong. I love it when you fill off with Nick Craig in the peaks into that snowdrift. He also says, I'm a really big fan of you, Matt. Keep it up. Well, that's lovely.
I'm gonna go over there, Matt, down that way. Ah! That's really horrible. You alright? Collarbone alright? Is the bike alright?
Now, there was one question that I'm still struggling to answer, and I will at some point, but I want to ask it to you instead. Who is your dream cafe ride guest? Who would you love to see me ride with in the future? Let me know, and you never know, it might actually come true. Thanks as ever for watching, folks. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss another Stick 'em Sports YouTube video. See you soon.